Hello, everyone. Welcome to the WdY&x podcast. Our topic for today is money mindset, dream big. And our special guest is Kenny Ingersoll. Kenny is an entrepreneur, business owner, financial professional, speaker, and mentor. In other words, he's your money mindset and dream big coach. His passion is helping and serving others. He loves helping others get a jump start on their life and reducing the what if only I know at certain age and what if I know by sharing his knowledge and experience with everyone. Welcome, Kenny.
Awesome. Thank you, Will. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Looking forward to have our conversation today. Let's start with the first question. Can you share your journey?
My journey is not what I expected 10 years ago. I'm in the financial service industry right now, and 10 years ago, I didn't think I'd be anywhere near this. I've owned a couple businesses in recreational vehicles and event planning, and I even dabbled a little bit in real estate for a minute. Not even thinking that anywhere in my lifetime would I wind up where I am today. But events happened, things worked out, things didn't work out that ended up working out because they didn't work out, and here we are today. So I wouldn't change a minute of it. Every every minute, every frustration has been a learning experience, a new connection, and it's just been amazing.
Thank you. Looking forward to a discussion. First of all, I want to do a shout out. I always dedicate my episode to someone. For this episode, I want to dedicate to someone I worked with for many years. His name is Chintamani. How about you? Who do you want to dedicate the episode to?
Oh, it would have to be my wife, Jolene Ingersoll, and then my mentors, the Runyons. So those people have helped me get where I am today.
Well, thank you for sharing who you want to shout out to. Let's start with the first question. Can you share a pivotal moment that inspired you to do what you're doing today?
So yeah, one of the pivotal moments for me is when I realized and understood that I have the power and the control of that power to create my life. Oftentimes we don't recognize that we have that power, and we give it away to the time clock, we give it away to our boss, we give it away to our bank account, we give it away to XYZ, not realizing that we're giving it away, that power, when we can take it back and put it to good elsewhere.
I think thank you for sharing that. Sometimes we forget that we have that power or we have that choice. Thank you for sharing that. The next question I have, can you explain the term money mindset? I'm kind of curious about what it means. Why is it important in achieving financial success?
So yeah, well, I'll skip to the second part of that first. If you don't know
Okay.
where you are, how can you tell your internal GPS where you want to go? If you put in directions to Florida and you're in California, but you don't put in that you're in California, you put it in that you're from New York, it's going to give you totally different. So a money mindset is your beliefs and attitude towards money. How you look at money, what you think about money is real simple. Your beliefs and attitude towards money. Once you understand that and have that established, good, bad, ugly, then you can start from where you're at and move to the destination you want to be at.
Thank you for sharing that. But then, how can one person start shifting their mindset? What are the strategies that they could employ and how do they do that?
So, recognizing and understanding is the first part, and then you got to formulate and define what money mindset you want. You got to have a goal, start creating a goal for your money mindset, incorporating that power, what you want that to look like. And then you can start putting in place the beliefs, the systems, everything to get you from A to B.
Thank you for speaking about goal because then I want to go into the goal setting, right? How does someone start with goal setting? What do they start with? Like other than okay, I want to start saving money, I want to start, investing. How do they work on a good goal setting process?
Well, again, it's defining where your end goal is and where your starting goal. I'm going back to my road trip. If you're in California, your travel is going to be different than if you're in Arkansas or Maine or wherever. So you have to know where you're at. Then you have to have a specific target of where you want to be. If you just say Florida, there's a whole lot of places in Florida. So you got to be
Mm.
specific, even right down to the address, basically. And then why you want to get there. What is your goal for getting there? You're just going to go out there and wave and then turn around and come back, or you're going to go visit family and friends, or you're going to go meet some business associates. Define why you want that, and then your motives behind that to help you drive through the mundane, the setbacks, the detours, the monotonous part of getting from point A to point B.
Can you share some of the strategies for people to overcome some of the financial setback? And also not just setback, right? In my opinion, sometimes it's the mindset that they have. They're kind of stuck where they are. In your role, helping people, advance and grow themselves, how do you do that? What are the strategies you employ to kind of walk people through the process of getting from point A to point B?
Yeah, understanding your history helps a lot. Okay,
Mhm.
did I develop this as a young kid? Did I get it from my grandparents? Why did they get it? And then understanding your relationship with money,
Mhm.
how to change that, so you can know what to tweak. If you're going down the road and you have a car problem, you got to identify what the problem is in order to get it fixed. So you got to understand, okay, am I focused on this part, or because it was a setback, or because I didn't do this? Are you taking responsibility for what happened? And then approaching it properly, not just playing the victim game, me, why, and then pulling on those resources that you have. Okay, I know someone that knows how to do this, or that can teach me how to do this. Getting Letting go of the pride that we often have is like another big one is trying to do everything yourself to save a buck. So yes, I can change a tire myself, but it may not be the best use of my time, my mental resources, my mindset to do that. Where somebody else, that's their passion, that's their drive, is auto mechanics. So are you in line with what you're doing, and are you focused on the correct attitude and the correct issue to, in a solution based mindset, or are you a victim based approach?
I think I want to do a follow up question on you talk about your relationship with money. Can you give us an example of how a relationship with money before is preventing you from moving forward?
So yeah, I used to look at the price of everything. I'll take mowing my lawn. It cost me $50 to have someone mow my lawn. I could use that money for this, or I could use it for this, and I could use it for this, which in themselves is very valid. But is it worth that saving $50 for giving up working on what I do, what I'm better at, and I can utilize my resources better and be more efficient in helping others better, more so than that $50? Do I value that $50 more than it's really worth? So when I understood that, and going back to that power and recognizing how to value that correctly and what's valuable to me and what is not, then you can move forward appropriately.
Thank you for explaining that it's about the value, right? And I think I remember Myron Golden, one of my favorite motivational speaker. He talked about sometimes people trade their time for money, and because they trade their time for money, they lost an opportunity. Like you just mentioned, I could have used that time to do something else. Meanwhile, I end up doing that thing that I thought was more valuable because I want to save money. Thank you for explaining that one. How do you, when you go out and talk to people, how do you balance between being motivational and providing practical tips? Because sometimes some speaker focus on like inspiring people, motivating people. How do you find the balance on doing that?
try and get some feedback from whoever you're talking to, whether it's a crowd from the stage or a one to one on a show like this or one to one in person, seeking what they're needing at the moment. If they're needing just a little encouragement, a little motivation, hoorah, versus if they need some strategies to help them get over the hump that they're going through, kind of trying to feel the crowd, if you will.
Thank you for sharing that. Next question I have is, what are the key habits that a person must have in order to maintain a wealth building mindset? Are there like two, three, four, habits that they need to develop?
So I would say a couple of them would be take accountability, don't play the victim card, and then be coachable, be willing to learn, be willing to, okay, I don't know everything. Let me ask help and seeking mentorship, guidance, whatever form that may be, from books, audiobooks, podcasts, in person, live events, whatever that may be for them. I would say those are a couple of the big ones right there.
I think I love the fact that you start with the word accountability because that's starting from you pivoting to a different direction, right? And then also being coachable because some people want help but aren't really willing to be coached by other people. So I love that you start with accountability, coachable, and also going from victim mindset, which is another big setback that people might have. How can you help someone who's dreaming big, setting ambitious financial goal, but also allow them to reach their journey? Because sometimes our eyes is too big. We want something so big, and it's just not possible at this point. How do you make sure you calibrate people's perspective?
So meeting them where they are,
Mm,
I used to be oh, it's possible because I see that out there,
mm,
but it's not possible for me. That's for them, not for me. I
mm.
used to be that way a lot more than I am. I still got some of that I've got to work on, and then, it's never ending. Meeting them where they are, you know, and helping them believe if sometimes it's just taking their hand and baby step to the next one. Okay, they accomplished that, so they're believing in themselves more, and the little things and the little promises, keeping those to yourselves, and then we could start. What about if what? Just imagine for a minute, kind of going into make believe, if you will. Let's pretend for a minute that the fairy godmother came down, waved her magic wand, and you had it all. How would that feel? Then you start getting them to dream again and feel themselves in those places again. And then they can start to believe it, start to see it more as you set bigger and bigger steps and bigger goals.
Thank you. We've been talking about dreaming big, mindset. What are the key takeaways for this particular episode? If people listening to this episode about my money mindset and dream big, if you have three takeaways, what would those be?
So, one would be it is possible for you. Two would be you have the control of that power. And then three is be coachable, be seek mentorship.
It's possible for you. You have control or power and be coachable. Thank you for sharing that. Can you share with my audience the work that you're doing right now? And if they want to reach out to you, how do they reach out to you? I'm going to post your link to your website when I post this episode on YouTube. But can you share your work and how people get in touch with you?
So yeah, and thank you for that. So I do financial services education. I help people get their finances in order as well as the money mindset because you can have the definitions, but if you don't understand them fully and don't know how to apply them, then they're not as good to you. So I do that and money mindset coaching and dream big coaching. The best way is ingersollenterprises.com, and that'll give you my cell phone number, all my social media links, anything like that, my email, and you can contact me directly that way.
Thank you, Kenny, for your time. Really appreciate you. For those listener on this episode, if you love this episode, like, subscribe, and also reach out to Kenny and let Kenny know that you love his materials. Thank you very much, Kenny, and have a good day.
Awesome. Thank you, Will. I've enjoyed being here.
You're welcome.